Buster's growing grudge is a really important lesson in not stealing other people's work, but there were a couple of other lessons as well. And I quite like this episode, mainly because I really like Buster, so anything that focuses on him is usually a winner with me. This is the second segment of the 8th episode of the 3rd season of Arthur, and in this one, Buster's kind of leaving his history homework until the last minute, but he decides that he will tell a joke, because in his eyes, telling a joke can make or break a report, and he decides to test this joke out on Binky to see if it's funny. Binky finds it very entertaining. I'm not going to say what the joke is, I won't spoil it, but then Binky, who is giving his report first on a completely different historical figure, decides to tell Buster's joke, and Buster is livid because it's basically copyright theft, and Buster is holding this grudge against Binky because he cannot believe that Binky would steal his joke. And the episode is all about Buster having to deal with these feelings and learning how to cope with the situation. And I'm not going to say any more than that, but I really liked it. I liked the message that you shouldn't steal other people's work. Binky did say a good line that I really liked. I don't know if it's agreeable, but he said, jokes are meant to be told. If you hear a funny joke, you're supposed to tell it to other people. Which I actually thought was a really valid point. It doesn't override copyright protection or, theft of creative works, but it was also an interesting point. You tell a joke because it's funny and you want other people to laugh at it, so other people should tell the joke to make other people laugh. But of course, if you make money from that joke, that begins to be a very grey area. But there's also a lesson here in grudges, and how holding grudges doesn't really benefit anybody, and that there are better ways to deal with things. So there were lessons all round. The joke itself, I think, is something some viewers will find funny. It wasn't bad. It was kind of, cheesy, but worked. And I think Binky is a good person. Sometimes he has some bad decisions. He makes some bad decisions, but I feel like Binky is a good person, and that came across here, despite Buster's grudge. I really liked it. I thought Buster's growing grudge was a good segment. It worked very well. Some really good lessons. Definitely an enjoyable episode of Arthur.